Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is top 10 places to visit in USA, the 2021 version. You can see the beautiful flag already right here, so you already know it's going to be a good video. Honestly, I'm always excited when a new video like that comes up. I don't think it's super new. I think it came out a couple months ago, but still in 2021. Honestly, the videos that we did in the past, with all the places that they showed, it got a lot of people talking in the comments. I was surprised because, I mean, I've been to almost none of these places, but it seems that especially Americans, they've traveled to quite a lot of those places. Even though the States is huge. I mean, I always say, where I'm from, Germany is just a fraction of the size of the US. I mean, we're smaller than Texas. We're like the country Germany is smaller than the state of Texas, and we have around 83 million people or something like that living here. So I mean, tremendous. Anyway, let's not do much more talking. Let's get right into it.
The United States has so many diverse cities and attractions that it is difficult to narrow down the list to the top 10 travel destinations. These are the destinations most often cited as the places to see before you die. Another version of saying they should be on your bucket list.
Hell yeah.
And offbeat and trendy spots are not included here.
By the way, I'm pretty sure we've seen a couple of them already, but I mean, honestly, they just become more beautiful looking at it.
That's another topic altogether. This list is an introduction to the best and most popular places to go in the United States, from hotspots in New York City to when to see the cherry blossoms in Washington.
Ooh!
In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 places to visit in the US.
That's Vegas right
Wait till
there.
you see what's at number 1 that we're going to be showing in this video. Something you would never even have thought of, so
Wow.
make sure you watch till the end. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel Trip Extreme for
Go check it
more
out.
awesome top 10s. And make sure to hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So let's cut to the chase. Number 10. Sedona and the Grand Canyon.
Dude, I think this is actually the... God. Well, he says... Sorry, my camera's over the thing, but I don't want to move it exactly. It's... I mean, he's saying it's Sedona and the Grand Canyon. Honestly, I think this is the first video that ever mentions the Grand Canyon. Everyone in the comments of my previous video went, why is no one mentioning the Grand Canyon? I mean, literally one of the most... I mean, that's one thing Germans know about the States. I assume the Grand Canyon.
An incredible geological wonder stretching over 250 miles, the Grand Canyon is a deep ravine carved out by the Colorado River over thousands of years. Located in the state of Arizona, the Grand Canyon is a top destination to visit in the Southwest and one of the most popular of U.S. national parks. Take a drive of about 2 hours south of the Grand Canyon to Sedona, which is surrounded by stone formations of many colors that change with the light.
Damn.
USA Weekend called it one of the most beautiful places in America. Amid this spectacular landscape, you'll find great eating, luxurious lodging, and loads of art galleries and shops.
Yeah.
Number 9. Hawaii. Say aloha to Hawaii.
My best friend is literally, he's American. He's literally obsessed with Hawaii. I mean, the amount of times that he's told me about it or talked about it, it's insane. It's as far as I understand, though, a very closed-off community, right?
Top US destination that's a quintessential island paradise. From the natural beauty of its beaches and volcanoes to its rich Pacific culture, Hawaii is the perfect destination if you're looking to really get away from it all. It's definitely a relaxing oasis with perfect weather no matter when you decide to go. Average highs range from 7...
Where is she sitting at? Strange spot. I would never sit there.
Oasis with perfect weather no matter when you decide to go. Average highs range from 79 Fahrenheit in the winter to 84 in high summer.
Damn.
With average lows of 68 in the winter and 75 in the summer.
Hello there.
Go hiking on the island of Kauai, see humpback whales in Maui, or play with fire at Hawaii Volcanoes National Park.
Oh shit, yeah, I've heard about that.
And now number 8, Asheville, North Carolina.
The whole Ville thing seems to be a very... Americans like to, I guess, name their city something like Ville. I mean, also there's Nashville. Isn't there Nashville?
Asheville sits right on the
So this is the budget version. This is Asheville.
Blue Ridge Parkway, with its spectacular views across the southern Appalachians, and the Appalachian Trail, which runs right down Main Street. Its
Beautiful.
proximity to the Great Smoky Mountains makes it a jumping-off point for hiking or just jaw-dropping drives through the mountains. Rent a convertible for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. In town, check out the Biltmore, the largest privately owned estate home in America, built by George W. Vanderbilt in the Gilded Age.
What?
It makes for jaw-dropping of a different sort. Spend evenings in downtown Asheville, which is bursting with music, art, and restaurants worthy of serious foodies.
Oh my fucking god. You guys think I should do another food video? It seems like a lot of people were into that. I mean, I always say, you know, coming from Germany, I've only ever eaten fucking piss and gravel. So, I mean, because we don't have any options here, really. I mean, it's true. You know, we don't really have any options here. I mean, all the food here. I can count on one hand how many different type of food I can get in a big city like that.
Next up, at number 7, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans is all about festivals, French roots, and a laissez-faire attitude, making it a distinctly different and popular destination for both American and international travelers. From Mardi Gras, New Orleans' biggest party, to Jazz Fest, one of the world's colors. From Mardi Gras, New Orleans...
You know, you can see... I don't know why this stood out, but you can see the guy right here just completely making out. It's... Honestly, it's very, very interesting to see how... I mean, where was I in... the first time I was in the States, which was in 2011, I believe, I went to Chinatown in San Francisco, I think, and that blew me off. Like a whole city, like a part of a city is just made in a way to look like from a different country. I mean, Chinatown. So yeah, and laissez-faire or laissez-faire or something like this that he said. I think that just means chilled or relaxed.
New Orleans' biggest party, to Jazz Fest, one of the world's most respected gatherings of jazz musicians. There are plenty of ways to let the good times roll in the Big Easy. For the most authentic experience, stay in the French Quarter, where you'll be close to legendary restaurants and legendary streets like Bourbon. And it's just a short drive from Frenchman Street, where you can hear the live jazz music New Orleans is famous for. In at 6, San Francisco. Symbolized by the red rafters of the Golden Gate Bridge, this legendary city on San Francisco Bay is known for its neighborhoods, like Chinatown and the hippie-turned Hort enclave of Haight-Ashbury. While San Francisco is an ideal city for nature lovers as well as the jet set, it is also a great jumping-off point for trips to the wine country of Napa Valley and Sonoma County.
Dude, it's kind of a strange thing that he said. The jumping-off thing aren't there actually quite a few people that jump off the bridge on of the Golden Gate Bridge?
A great jumping-off point for trips to the wine country of Napa Valley and Sonoma County, or to the colossal tech campuses of Silicon Valley.
Damn.
Check out the Bay Area's top hotel deals on TripAdvisor before you go and make San Francisco your base to discover Northern California. At number 5, Las Vegas. Most people go to Las Vegas to try their luck at its famous casinos. But Las Vegas also has blockbuster shows, world-class shopping, and top-notch restaurants.
True.
All of which make this city a true desert oasis and a top travel destination. Take a tour of the MGM Grand, try your luck at the Planet Hollywood Hotel and Casino, or walk through the Neon Museum, which showcases iconic Las Vegas signs. And of course, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
That's true. That's true, even when you're 18, like I was back then.
And now at number 4...
By the way, should I move the camera? Anyway, I'll move the camera. How about this? I mean, you hear him say it, but it's just...
Washington. Washington, the capital of the United States, has miles of museums and monuments, almost all of which are free. That's just one reason why it is one of the most visited cities in the country, especially for families and school groups.
Oh, I want to see the Lincoln statue.
It's the perfect place to learn about
is that the... Yeah, it's a big one, right?
Country, especially for families and school groups. It's the perfect place to learn about US history at places like Mount Vernon, George Washington's plantation, Ford's Theatre, where Abraham Lincoln was shot, the White House, the Capitol, Georgetown, and Alexandria, along with museums like the Smithsonian, the National Museum of American History, and the National Museum of African American History and Culture, and the National Museum of the American Indian. You can overdose on museums if you add the United States Holocaust Museum, the Newseum, the National
Wait, there's a Holocaust Museum? I mean, there's plenty of them here in Germany. I feel like I've been to all of them.
And Space Museum, the National Portrait Gallery, the Hirshhorn Museum, and the National Air and Space Museum, the National Portrait Gallery, the
what kind of design is that?
Horn Museum, and the National Gallery of Art. The famous cherry blossoms are typically in full bloom late March to early April along the tidal basin, where you can also see the Jefferson Memorial and memorials to Franklin D. Roosevelt and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Don't miss the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, and the World War II, Korea, and Vietnam Veterans Memorials on the National Mall. In at 3, Chicago. Chicago has long been called the second city, coming in second to New York City in both size and population. A beacon in the Midwest, Chicago is actually third in population these days,
Wow.
but it has a skyline, restaurants, shopping, museums, and activities that easily rival New York City and LA. If it's baseball season, don't miss seeing a Cubs game at famous Wrigley Field. Check out the Magnificent Mile, where you'll find every upscale shop imaginable and fantastic restaurants. Chicago is home to some of the nation's most important buildings, and you can see them all on a guided architecture tour on land or from a boat on Lake Michigan. The Art Institute of Chicago is one of the top art museums in the country, and Millennium Park is Chicago's newest attraction. At number 2, Los Angeles.
Ooh, been there.
The lure of Hollywood and its celebrities and the mild breezes from the Pacific Ocean
Dude, I might remember driving there.
keep Los Angeles on the top of the list
Oh, isn't that a Veyron?
of US tourist destinations. Search for top-rated hotels on
Oh, that's a good thing though. The cars. Actually, I think just me, like when my buddy picked me up from LAX, the airport, and drove me to his place, I think I saw more supercars in the drive back to his place, which was about 45 minutes away, than in my entire life in Germany. Even living in a big city like Frankfurt or you know, in other big German cities, I've pretty much been to all of them. You don't see a Lamborghini. Rarely ever do you see a Ferrari. Mostly what you see are sometimes, but not even this, high-end Mercedes and Porsche. Yeah, that's how you actually say it in German, by the way. You say Porsche. I know in English they always say Porsche, but in German it's actually Porsche. Germans love their Porsche.
Los Angeles on the top of the list of US tourist destinations. Search for top-rated hotels on TripAdvisor near LA's famous beaches like Malibu or Santa Monica for a luxurious stay. Go shopping on Rodeo Drive, tour Beverly Hills, and walk along the boardwalk in LA's most famous beach neighborhood, Venice Beach. And finally, at number 1, New York City.
Been there.
American icons like the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, and Times Square are on every first-time visitor's
Didn't make it to Times Square though.
list, but they are just a few of the attractions to see in New York City, America's most populous and most popular city. Also known as the Big Apple, New York City is a favorite destination for both domestic and international visitors. Don't miss a leisurely walk on the High Line, an old railroad track turned park that features greenery,
Yo, she's tall.
artwork, and beautiful skyline views. Broadway and the Theatre District is the place to go to see the latest plays and musicals, and if you're an art lover, New York has an embarrassment of riches. The Metropolitan Museum.
Wait, an embarrassment of riches. Wait,
And if you're an art lover, New York has an embarrassment of riches.
embarrassment? I've never heard that word. Only in a totally different context, like embarrassing, but that clearly doesn't come from that.
The Metropolitan Museum of Art. The Museum of Modern Art has an embarrassment of riches. The Metropolitan
Wait, where's the art?
Museum of Art. The Museum of Modern Art. The Guggenheim Museum. The Whitney Museum of American Art. And the Frick Collection. Or go shopping on Fifth Avenue. Check out Washington Square and Greenwich Village and Rockefeller Center. Take a walk through Central Park and get awed by Grand Central Terminal.
Damn.
If you're staying for more than a few days, dig deeper into NYC's architecture or make a trip to Brooklyn. And there you have the top 10 places to visit in the United States. Did you like what you saw? Let us
Of course.
know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends.
Yeah, I mean, guys, definitely go check out the original if you're interested. I mean, you've seen it here, but you know, if you really like the video, then definitely go to the original and give it a like as well. I've been to a lot of those cities. I mean, I've been to LA, I've been to Vegas, I've been to San Francisco. Have not been to Chicago. Have not been to any of those memorials, unfortunately. But that might change very soon. New Orleans, what is this? Asheville, or the budget version of Nashville. And then the Grand Canyon. Yeah, I gotta see the Grand Canyon, don't I? I gotta see them. I think a lot of people in the comments. I'm sure some of the people watching this, have probably know the Grand Canyon inside out, quite literally. By the way, can you actually go down like into the Grand Canyon? Is that possible, or are you only able to see it from onboards? I mean, I'm very interested, guys. Anyway, let me know what else you want to see, and yeah, hope you have a wonderful day. See you soon. Bye bye.